But in addition to that, we're constantly looking for ways to remove the hurdles that get in the way of agents. Agents are asked to do so many things that are well beyond their license, and so as a company, as an organization, we try to take on those tasks so that they can focus on listing, selling, and prospecting.
So let's go, Jimmy, you have been on panels before. Actually, we've been on the same, where we talk about the office cafe. It's a whole different feel to what an office looks like. And you just opened up a brand new one, right? So why don't you tell everyone about it?
This is our main office. This is actually where my office is located, and this is in Carmel. And it's located in the Indiana Design Center, which gives it a unique perspective because immediately we're surrounded with design firms, architecture firms, furniture, interior decorators, etc. But then here, the space, the ground floor is about 3,500 square feet. 2,500 square feet of it is dedicated to an open area that is just really a collaboration space. There's lots of little meeting areas where the agent can control the atmosphere. They can change the music with their iPhone to control what they want to see. There's monitors and there's TVs. There's 19 TVs in 2,500 square feet, in addition to Mac Mini computers connected to them.
So this is the main area, but are the offices upstairs?
They are. The upstairs are up in the loft. The agents are in the loft area.
Okay, so let's go to the next slide. I think there's one more. Talk about on the right, there are kind of cubes there. Why don't you explain what those are?
So one of the things that we looked to do again, starting in 2008, my choices were cut expenses, raise the cost to an agent, add more agents, and or identify a new clientele that can bring in revenue. So in addition to doing the first two, we added a separate category, which is called our preferred partners. Those are cubicles made available for those preferred partners that really want to increase their relationship with us. So those cubicles rent for $1,000 a piece, and I wish I had 10 or 12 of them because the 4 are full and we've got more opportunities than we have cubicles to provide.
But tell them how big they are.
They have a 36-inch desktop in them, and the door can open with the chair, but...
You got to kind of size.
Yeah.
What would you say? They're like 4 feet by 5 feet or something like that. I mean, they're not huge.
No.
But you've already sold all 4?
All 4 are gone, and we've turned down a few organizations right now, and as we continue to redo some of our other offices to take on more significantly this concept, which has been open 60 days and is working very well for us, we will continue to incorporate more of those.
And did you say how much, do you mind?
$1,000 each.
Per month?
Per month. Yeah, it's interesting because this space, Class A space in the Design Center, is $700 a month cheaper than the space I left, and I'm now getting $4,000 out of those. So it's offsetting a good portion of our lease.
Okay. And then you have display boards.
Yeah, so the preferred partners, we do the marketing services, much the way I would say like a chamber of commerce, although I think we do it better. But we do design and marketing services for about 51, 52 companies right now. And they're displayed on those monitors. And if you look at the words up at the top, we're also displaying up there our Facebook postings, and then the words on the bottom are tweets. So anybody that uses the hashtag Remax right now, for instance, your tweet will show up in my cafes in the 7 offices.
And it's about recruiting, but as Craig said, it's not just one thing. It's about multiple things, and creating the environment that new agents, younger agents, agents moving into the next phase of real estate are going to want, and it's a little bit different than the traditional huge offices. Now it's more that feel. So maybe let's go to you. I want to hear about this. It's made me smile, but you have a unique director position, correct, in your office?
I do.
And it is?
It is called the Director of Happiness. So we have a full-time paid position for someone called the Director of Happiness. And it started out kind of as something we asked one of our receptionists to do, but it evolved. As the company grew, and we found that, I was focusing on making the company run and recruiting. I found that public relations things, agent retention ideas, they were kind of falling by the wayside, or at least not as good as I wanted them to be. So that's when we decided to make this a full-time position. So She essentially does things related to recruiting, retention, and public relations. Everything from, I don't know when they put the pictures up, she organized a dragon boat race fundraiser for us. She organizes Margarita Mondays. We had a massage day at the office where we paid for 15-minute massages for the agents. We did a pancake breakfast one Monday morning where my co-broker and I made pancakes and bacon for all the agents.
Margarita Monday and Pancake Monday, are they
Not on the
together
same
by
day.
any chance?
Not on the same day.
Okay. What else? We've got more photos here. What are some of these?
Right, so the one at the bottom is a charity golf tournament, raised money for actually an agent who was going through breast cancer treatment. On the right, we had a team of, it's basically a team building cooking day at one of the local colleges. You can pay for up to 20 of your agents to come in, and they actually have a cooking competition, and then the chef that's on site there is the judge. And it's just a really great team building opportunity. But she helps us organize all of that. And you'll see the picture on the left. That's our Christmas party, and she did an incredible photo booth for us with lots of props, and the agents just had a really great time. And then, of course, everything goes on Facebook so that our recruits can check us out kind of secretly before we even know they're thinking about us.
Okay, so the Christmas photo is one of them her?
Yes, the one in the green.
Okay, good. I want to see her smile.
And her name is Harmony, by the way.
Her name is Harmony?
Her name is Harmony.
I love it.
Meant to be.
Okay, that is definitely meant to be. So maybe tell us also, I thought this was rather interesting in an age where it seems like sales meetings and all those things go away. You actually have a think tank and town meetings and so on. Why don't you tell the folks about that?
We try to keep it interesting, and we have 3 offices, so while not trying to take up too much of their time with meetings, we know it's important for them to have networking opportunities. So once a month, we have what we call a sales rally. And it's basically our monthly meeting, but of course, we try to throw in some really interesting stuff too. But then the week following the sales rally, we have what we call think tanks. And we have one of these at each office. And it's where we give the agents a forum to talk about issues that are pertinent to their particular office or area. And that could be anything from, a new city ordinance that's passed to a problem that they see within our office, something that needs to be changed at the front desk. It's an opportunity for them to air those kind of concerns before they become a problem, and to ask their fellow agents for help. And then on the recruiting end of it, we have another meeting once a month, and we just borrow the dining room of a local restaurant, that usually does a $5 or $10 lunch special. And we actually send an email out to 300 people and invite them to come to what we call our Realtor Town meeting. And we say this is not a RE/MAX thing, this is a Realtor thing. We want you to come, we're going to facilitate discussion on a particular topic, and it could be what's working in the market today, or what do you see as the biggest problem facing our industry today. And we just have discussion from among all the agents at the table. We typically end up with 30 to 60 people at any one meeting, but it gives us the chance to be their broker before we're their broker.
That's a great thing. Good for you. All right, Jimmy, let's talk about recruiting experienced agents. Do you go for newbies? Who do you target?
So our target list is agents that produced $2 million and or 15 transactions in the previous 12 months.
And where do you get that? Just by going out and...
Just the our MLS, we call it BLC, but our BLC, we track who's doing what, who's rising, who's falling, etc. We turn away about 20, 25 agents a year that are newbies. They come to us and they're interested in starting their real estate career. And it's important for us to know what we're good at and also know what we're not good at. So our target is agents that make a difference the day they start.
And that makes sense. So let me share a little bit of volume, which I thought was amazing. So this is for the month of July of 12. Your volume was $28 million. July 13, the month, it was $56 million. So
53.
53. So from 28 to 53, but you only increased your agent base by 12.
Well, 12 this year, probably. We average about an agent a month, so it's probably 24 agents difference. And the interesting thing is that if you went back to 2011 we did 200 million. 2012 we did 305 million.
For the annual?
For the year, yeah.
Okay.
So last year we were up 56% when we hit that 28 or 23 million, or 28 million last year in July.
And to me, I mean, that is the importance of an experienced agent. It isn't just about the number of agents in your office. That's great. It's a key metric that we have, but it's really about what do they produce, what do they add to the office, and what is the personality, the culture of your office too.
And that gets the respect of the other agents, right? I mean, if my agents, I'm sure all of us have been faced with someone comes up and says, Mandy, I really hope that if you're bringing these new people and they fit our culture, they're a part of us, they belong here. Well, one of the things that we guarantee the agents is that we're not bringing in people that are going to detract.
Right.
And by bringing in top producers, by bringing in other successful agents, you're getting the support and the buy-in of the agents that are there. And if they are my customer, then I have to wake up in the morning with the intention of making their careers better.
That's right. Well, better golfers, we say all the time, and it's important. Okay, one quick question, and then I'm going to ask you each one piece of advice, but tell us about the kitchen in the office.
Yeah, so in that particular office, you saw there's a large kitchen in there. It's fully stocked with everything. But the reason behind that space is obviously that's my cafe, and that's what a lot of people have come to know a little bit about me. But for me, I'm a chef, so my passion is in the kitchen. So I really just want to incorporate what I'm passionate about into the space. It makes me happy, makes me want to do things, and it's really an opportunity. I mean, people sit around the kitchen table and have fun. And that's what we are able to do in that environment. In addition to work, there's definitely work is the priority. Just Thursday at our grand opening, I'm going to be hosting a dinner party, and Jim Morgan is going to be the server at that dinner party.
Nice.
We auctioned it off, and we raised $3,200 for a dinner party for 16 people, 8 couples.
Wow.
Yeah, so that table made money for CMN.
If anybody is friends with Jimmy on Facebook, how many plates of food have you seen him post, right? Going to have such and such and such and such tonight.
My food, my son's golf, my daughter's cheer. Pretty much summarizes my life.
That's about it. Okay, quickly, what's the one piece of advice you give to everyone? Deborah, would you like to say Mandy?
My one piece of advice would be implement, period. Just because, actually about 2 years ago, the Preferred Partner Program that Jimmy's talking about, I heard about it for the first time, and I wrote it down, and I said, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Well, 2 years later, we finally implemented it about 3 months ago, and it's literally brought $10,000 to our bottom line in 3 months. So, implement. If it's only one thing you take from here, just do it. Quickly.
Excellent. Jimmy?
My one piece of advice is you are the leader, and you will set the culture whether you choose to or not.
Well said. Mandy, Jimmy, thank you all very much for coming.